Australia 0. Yes, a brilliant exhibition of five-a-side football from a country which has lost just 2 internationals in 30 years. While the Australian men's side found it tough to break the dazzling Brazilians, our women's team was expected to give their Brazilian counterparts a tough battle. Australia again are in the white strip. It's the first time the Australian and Brazilian national teams have met, and it's also the first time goalkeeper Annette Halfacre captains the Australian side. Number 7, Anne-Marie Hirons, will control proceedings from the back, with the utility players Nicole McNamara and Leonie Jeribo. Chris James has fought off a quadricep injury and will play up front. Seven of the Brazilian team played in the Women's Outdoor World Cup in China last year. 3 are in the starting 5, captain Marcia, number 10 Rosalie and number 11 Elaine. Goalkeeper DG has been playing at competitive level for 9 years at indoor soccer. The other starter is number 6, Fia. And following this tour, the Australian women and the Australian women of under 19 level, they'll be touring Brazil in November, which will be such an experience. Brazil acknowledged as the leaders in five-a-side football. At the women's level, Argentina are the undisputed world champions. And Australia has played 3 times against Argentina. They were victorious on 2 occasions. And now the break is on. Jeribo, could this be the first? A great save by the keeper, DG. Great covering work as the keeper got down to the left. Fia. Rosalie looks on for Marcia. Good interchange. And good work from Anne-Marie Hirons to maintain the pressure. James playing the lone role up front. And now the key player is at the back in most instances. That's Anne-Marie Hirons, the number 7. She links up with the utility players. One of those utility players there is McNamara. And we've only had 2 minutes and 17 seconds of action. Elaine at the back. Marcia, free player. Rosalie. In came Hirons. Marcia. Fia was there on the left, but it's with Rosalie. She's looking for Fia. This is Brazil's chance, but no power really to test Annette Halfacre. James, she'll wait for support. Kick in for Australia. And that's come off McNamara. And the shot and the goal! Leonie Jeribo gets Australia through the first goal of the game, an historic one at that. Just on 3 minutes into this game, Australia are leading. And this Australian side, all of the squad have been in state sides for indoor soccer now for around 5 years. So they have the experience at this game. James looks on. The experience might tell there, and it's gone in! What a mistake from DG. Anne-Marie Hirons makes it 2-0. Well, she was overlapping on the right. The ball was there. She struck it. And it looked like the keeper had it under control. A bad mistake, and Australia are up by 2. Now, Brazil almost responding as that ball deflected back off Hirons into Halfacre's hands. Just over 6 minutes of play. And it's 2-0 Australia. Rosalie. An obvious foul there as Elaine went down under the challenges of James and Anne-Marie Hirons. First change of the game. Sissi has come on. And that was well blocked. That was certainly on its way. And it could be on again for Marcia. As Jeribo with the right sort of defending there. So the Brazilians have already made a change. In by McNamara, James. He's got that right quadricep heavily strapped up. That was a real worry for her in the build-up to this series. Here's Jeribo. She's already scored one. This time Digi gets down to the right. Marcia taking on Hirons. Marcia inside, and that was close. Good run down the left side. As the captain set off, the angle was really acute, but she did extremely well. Sissi through now for the captain, and they've come back. 2-1. Joy for the Brazilians because they're back in the game. In the 7th minute of the first half. Brazilians spurred on by some loyal supporters. That's 2-2. Sissi the scorer. She came on as a substitute in the game. Brazil have certainly come back with a vengeance. At the midway mark in the first half. Touch on by Marcia. Now Rosalie, great turn, and Anne-Marie Hirons with the block. You've got to pay credit to the Australians when they defend. They certainly put in some impressive blocks. Rosalie, great turn, and again Anne-Marie Hirons there. Well, the Brazilians have had about 6 shots now, and that's 7. Was it a hand? The referee says yes, penalty kick against Rebecca Scott. So this is the chance for Brazil to take the lead for the first time. So Rosalie take the penalty kick and off the post. The chance goes begging. It should have been 3 for Brazil. The pressure in the last few minutes has been incredible. Vigorous challenge there from Leonie Jeribo. And while that's been going on, and Lucia has come into the game, replacing a captain Marcia. Now it's with McNamara, back for Felicity Huntington. And Lucia. Nice ball for Sissi. And again, a net half fake it down. The captain leading by example. Jeribo, that's clever play too. Although she's given it straight to Ana Lucia. And Lucia should have really played it first time to Rosalie, who was free. McNamara. Australia really it hasn't been the same side we saw in the first 5 or 6 minutes. Such is the beauty of the game, it can change with just a goal. Lucia. Cut out by Jerry Bowen. Huntington almost got it off for McNamara. Brazil looking like they're about to make another change. Unlimited substitutions allowed in five-a-side. Brazilians, I'm sure, will be looking to rotate as many players as possible. They arrived here 2 days ago, so jet lag could and should be really a problem.
Substitution for Brazil, number 7, now Vivian, replaces number 10.
Elaine with a lovely dashing run. It's back there for Elaine, and again they've hit the woodwork. You don't get much closer than that. Beautiful build-up. Perhaps the build-up of the game, it deserved more. Elaine started it, and she almost finished it. Real battle of wits as the clock shows us there's 1 minute of time left in this first half. It's locked at 2-2. Elaine. And again, Ned Halfaker, the saviour for Australia in this opening test. Brazilian men and women have a very tough schedule in Australia. They'll be playing 8 games over 11 days. This is the first one after arriving 2 days ago in Sydney. Anna Lucia. And there it is! They've hit it for the first time in the game with 32 seconds on the clock. Brazil take the lead. They've worked hard for it. They were down 2-0. And the substitute, Anna Lucia, with a lovely strike and goal. And is there a better time to score? 20 seconds left in this first half. Brazil are ahead. Quick throw, and it was almost through there for McNamara. Now Vinya, and in was Huntington. 4 seconds left in this first half. And the shot as, well, it was a good shot from CC as now Vinya ducked and Halfaker took it well. Brazil lead at the halftime break by 3-2. Brazil get us underway in the second half. The first test match between these two countries. And the referee has judged that it's come off Anne-Marie Hirons, which becomes the back pass rule. And Brazil have the free kick. The clock stops every time there's a stoppage or the ball goes out. So as a consequence, there's only 6 minutes of play so far. And that's the fourth. CC grabs her second of the game. And Brazil were down 2-0 after 6 minutes. And they're leading now by 4-2. Well, Anne-Marie Hirons was very disappointed the referee had given that decision. And that certainly cost Australia. They've got a real job ahead of them now. It was Jeribo on Malvinia. CC looks for Elaine. She'll play it to Lucia. Too much there. The bulk of this Brazilian team from Sao Paulo, where they've won numerous championships. James. That will be a kick in Australia's way. Huntington on the ground, and in came Jeribo. Australia desperate to get back in. CC and Lucia. Elaine. He's the main defender. Usually just play with one back there, two utility players. You could call them midfielders, I suppose, if you a comparison to outdoor with one target player up front. James. Elaine. CC looking for a hat-trick, and that hit James on the way through. Lucia, CC. Elaine, that's looked to be impressive. It was easy work for Anne-Marie Hirons. Now for James. James. And again, Brazil break. Great little run this one. The ball inside was perfect and the finish was lethal. Now Vigna setting it up for CC, a hat-trick. And less than 2 minutes into this second half, Brazil 5, Australia 2. Lucia has already scored in this game. Marie Hirons away. CC there though. Still CC. It could be again. It is. Now Vigna gets on the scorers list. Brazil surge on. In the 5th minute of this second half, Brazil have scored all the goals in this second period. And this is goal number 6. CC, the hat-trick hero, laying it off. The finish was perfect. Now Vigna, they've picked up the tempo, as has a band of supporters for Brazilian teams tonight. Now Vigna, CC, can't keep it in. Lucia, she'll go, no, she won't go for goal. Now Vigna, she does though. That's class. Brazil have picked up the tempo considerably in this second half. That really, I would think, is the game breaker. Now Vigna's second of the game and goal number 7 for Brazil. Comes back into it. Well, that's the beauty of indoor. That quick pass through, lovely finish there, and that's a second, pulling it back to 7-3. McNamara. Easy one for Guga. There again. Tanya. Zato. And it took the desperate clearance from Fia. As Minetti comes, well, and then Halfacre's going long by the looks of things. The long ball ploy now because Australia are desperate to pull a goal back. Guga. Cassia just holding onto it. Fia. Blocked by Minetti and stuck away by Guga. Well, with just over 8 minutes left, Brazil march on. It was well blocked there by Minetti, but she couldn't do there anything at all because Guga. Tanya. And the direction just wasn't there. All the lead up was absolutely magnificent. Some of their shooting has been a little bit wayward when they've been right in front of goal. What will Guga do this time? And that was certainly on target, but there was the keeper, the captain. Halfacre looking long again for Zato. Guga. And it slipped through. One of the rare mistakes by Annette Halfacre. Guga. She grabs a second. She scored the last 2 goals. Brazil lead by 9-3. Brazil, unlike the men where they're spread around the country, a lot of those girls have won championships in Sao Paulo. Irons now. Can Australia pull one back? The captain, Marcia, is playing it safe there. And deflection off the captain. Catching out Digi. That'll really go down as an own goal. 9-4 with 23 seconds left.
Brazil 9, Australia 4.
Marcia, Chambers playing it square across the back. But only Brazil came enough to try it, you would think. 4 seconds left on the clock. This historic international between these two countries has begun on such a positive note for the visitors, Brazil. And it's all over. The first of a 4-test series goes to Brazil. By 9 goals to 4. They led 3-2 at the break and really turned it on in the second half. The final score in the women's test, Brazil 9, Australia 4. Brazil victorious again in the Coca-Cola International Challenge, but don't be surprised to see the Australians bounce back. The next step for the women is the staging of a World Championship, which FIFA are hoping to set up. The second indoor test will be held at the State Sports Centre again at Homebush in Sydney on Monday night, with a women's match beginning at 7 p.m, followed by the men. On Wednesday night, the third test will be held at the AIS in Canberra. The final matches are back in Sydney, but at the E.G. Whitlam Centre in Liverpool. That's on Thursday, the 29th of July. Next Saturday and Sunday night, the Brazilian sides will play some exhibition games at the Fairfield Leisure Centre in Sydney. Don't forget, you'll be able to see extended highlights of the remaining tests next Saturday and Sunday mornings. If you're really keen, watch World Sports this week for all the goals. Goodbye.